Chapter 43. And he did as Joseph had told him, and filled all their sacks for them with food, and put their money in their sacks, and put the cup in Benjamin's sack. And early in the morning they departed. And it came to pass that when they had gone from there, Joseph said to the steward of his house, "Pursue them, run and seize them, saying, For good you have returned me with evil. You have stolen from me the silver cup out of which my lord drinks. And bring back to me their youngest brother, and fetch him quickly before I go forth to my seat of judgment." And he ran after them, and said to them according to these words. And they said to him,
God forbid that your servants should do this thing, and steal from the house of your lord any utensil. And the money also which we found in our sacks the first time, we your servants brought back from the land of Canaan. How then should we steal any utensil? Behold, here are we, and our sacks search, and wherever you find the cup in the sack of any man amongst us, let him be killed, and we and our asses will serve your lord.
And he said to them,
Not so. The man with whom I find, him only shall I take as a servant, and you shall return in peace to your house.
And as he was searching their vessels, and beginning with the eldest and ending with the youngest, it was found in Benjamin's sack. And they tore their garments, and loaded their asses, and returned to the city, and came to the house of Joseph. And they all bowed themselves on their faces to the ground before him. And Joseph said to them, You have done evil. And they said,
What shall we say, and how shall we defend ourselves? Our Lord has discovered the transgression of his servants. Behold, we are the servants of our Lord, and our asses also.
And Joseph said to them,
I too fear the Lord. As for you, go to your homes, and let your brother be my servant, for you have done evil. Do you not know that a man delights in his cup, as I with this cup? And yet you have stolen it from me.
And Judah said,
O my lord, please let your servant speak a word in my lord's ear. 2 brothers did your servant's mother bear to our father. One went away and was lost, and has not been found, and he alone is left with his mother. And your servant, our father, loves him, and his life also is bound up with the life of this lad. And it will come to pass, when we go to your servant our father, and the lad is not with us, that he will die, and we shall bring down our father with sorrow to death. Now rather let me, your servant, stay instead of the boy as a bondsman to my lord, and let the lad go with his brothers. For I became surety for him at the hand of your servant our father, and if I do not bring him back, your servant will hear the blame to our father forever.
And Joseph saw that they were all accordant in goodness one with another, and he could not refrain himself. And he told them that he was Joseph. And he conversed with them in the Hebrew tongue, and fell on their neck, and wept. But they did not know him. And they began to weep. And he said to them,
Weep not over me, but go quickly and bring my father to me. And you see that it is my mouth that speaks, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin see. For behold, this is the 2nd year of the famine, and there are still 5 years without harvest, or fruit of trees, or plowing. Come down quickly, you and your households, so that you do not perish through the famine, and do not be grieved
for your possessions, for the Lord sent me before you to set things in order, that many people might live. And tell my father that I am still alive, and you, behold, you see that the Lord has made me as a father to Pharaoh, and ruler over his house and over all the land of Egypt. And tell my father of all my glory and all the riches and glory that the Lord has given me.
And by the command of the mouth of Pharaoh he gave them chariots and provisions for the way, and he gave them all many-colored clothing and silver. And to their father he sent clothing and silver, and 10 asses which carried corn, and he sent them away. And they went up and told their father that Joseph was alive, and was measuring out corn to all the nations of the earth, and that he was ruler over all the land of Egypt. And their father did not believe it, for he was beside himself in his mind. But when he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent, the life of his spirit revived, and he said,
It is enough for me if Joseph lives. I will go down and see him before I die.